Hello, sweet honeybees. Welcome back to my channel. I am so grateful that you're here, and I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day today. It is beautiful outside right now where I live, so I figured I would come sit outside in my little detached garage with the door open, do a little writing on my book while I'm out here enjoying the weather. But I did just want to pop on here real fast and talk about some thoughts that have been going through my head, some realizations that I've been coming to today, some wisdom I've been gaining, and also talk a little bit about a dream I had last night and how it's relevant to all of this. It's even relevant to the Facebook payment that I received yesterday. Yesterday, I got the largest Facebook payout that I have received yet. And the irony about it is I received more than double my usual payout because there was someone that tried to start a smear campaign against me for staying true to myself, setting boundaries, and standing up for what I believe in. And if that isn't a lesson in trusting yourself and being yourself, no matter how others perceive you, I don't know what is. This episode, I'm not doing a podcast episode, but this video is going to be about the concept of resentment and how to learn how to let go of it. If you did listen to my most recent podcast episode, my last one before I take a hiatus to really focus on my book, you would hear me talking a little bit about my struggles with anger and resentment for the way my family has treated me, my sister, my brother-in-law before he died, and how it's just been really difficult learning how to let go after so much pain and betrayal has been caused to me. But this morning, I started to realize that I need to let go of this idea of needing to be the one to bring about justice myself, because all it is doing is allowing their choices and who they are as people to drag me down when they are not the kind of people that I want to be like. You know, I may not receive the justice that I want, the truth to come out like I want with what happened to my mom and what I know about my family. And I just have to learn how to accept that, and accept that sometimes people's punishment is just who they are as people. I took some notes here, kind of keep myself on track. My family in particular thinks that they have taught me some kind of lesson with the things that they have done to me, but ultimately the lesson that they have taught me is not the one that they think they taught me. The lesson that they taught me is that I made the right decision in going no contact with them, even if it gave them the opportunity to manipulate my grandmother and manipulate the distribution of the trust. You know, all they have done is prove that they were exactly the people that I felt and thought that they were, after being around them for my entire lifetime. And honestly, my life has been so much better since I went no contact with my family. I have gone through a lot of pain when it comes to making that decision, but for all of the pain that I have endured, my life has also improved. I mean, over the last couple of years, I've quite literally been traveling the country, sometimes at the mercy of complete strangers. I've been taken care of by complete strangers. I've won contests. I have had so much fun, and I have been discovering who I am and finding more joy and happiness in my life. And sorry, I'm reading my notes. And the thing is, My family continues to punish themselves with hatred and resentment. They resent me and hate me because I made the decision to choose and to love myself. And, they took this money to try to hurt me, to teach me a lesson about betraying the family. They betrayed me in turn because they felt hurt because I made the decision that I didn't need them in my life to be happy. And, you know, I don't value money like that. My life would be a lot easier if I had the money. I would be able to maybe keep my house, have a place to live other than my car. Because if you followed me at all, I've talked a lot about how I'm getting ready to live in my car and travel. Ultimately, my goal is a Sprinter van, but I can't afford that right now. So I'm just going to make it work however I need to make it work and trust the process. But I've just never valued money like that. And they think that me talking and me being upset is all about the money, but it's not about the money. It's about the principle. It's about accountability and the truth and, respecting my mom, which they have not respected my mom. But they try to turn that around on me, saying that I'm the one disrespecting the family by talking about what they've done. But the truth is, if they didn't want people to know what they have done, they shouldn't have done it. I'm not a perfect person either, but, accountability matters. And they value money more than they value people. And part of what's helping me kind of come to terms with what's happened as far as the money goes is I guess they just needed it more than I do. My sister has worked multiple jobs. My brother-in-law was dying. They had 2 kids. They need a new roof on their house. I can't afford my mortgage because I bought my house to escape living with my uncle during a period when mortgage rates are extremely high and the housing market was extremely high. And I made a very bad decision. I can't afford my mortgage. And I'm about to start living in my car and I'm disabled. All of these things, the money would really help us, but I guess they needed it more because they think money is what's going to make them happy in life. And it clearly hasn't, because they already had comfortable lives and they just needed more and more and more. Meanwhile, my life's not comfortable and I'm working towards making it even more uncomfortable to try to build something even more beautiful for myself. And I may not be rich in money or anything like that, but I'm wealthy in the things that truly matter in life. I'm wealthy in kindness, experiences, love, joy, friendship, nature, health, wisdom, opportunity. Them taking that money from me just gave me more opportunity to learn how to be self-reliant. It's just given me more opportunity to learn how to figure things out and to build myself without taking this handout from a trust fund. It's given me more opportunity to learn how to think outside of the box and figure out what it is that will truly make me happy without sacrificing who I am as a person. And I've allowed this anger to really drag me down for a while. Like this whole year, I fell into an absolutely toxic relationship at the end of last year, and it ended at the beginning of this year. And I felt like I made this mistake by telling my boyfriend that I was breaking up with him. But then all this chaos unfolded, and I'm starting to realize like all it did was prove that I made the right decision. And I've just been living within this resentment and anger about what happened and having these feelings of I want them to feel pain too. I want them held responsible. But at the end of the day, source, God, spirit, the universe, it sees us, it hears us, it feels us, it knows the truth, it knows our intentions. And sometimes the punishment that we receive is just who we choose to be as people. And I just have to learn how to accept that. I love who I am as a person. I am very proud of the person that I have become and that I continue to become each and every day. I am not a perfect person. I make mistakes and I hurt people sometimes too. But I'm proud of the fact that I can acknowledge that. I can take responsibility. I'm true to myself. I know what I stand for and I have morals. And I'm ready to let go and trust in the divine plan that everything works out the way that it's meant to happen, and that divine justice is always served, whether it's in this life or the next. And the really interesting thing is last night I had this dream about my ex. And in this dream, I was riding in a truck going really fast. And then all of a sudden, I saw him running in front of the truck. And we hit the brakes, but we couldn't slow down in time. We hit him. He didn't die, but I jumped out of the truck freaking out, running to him, calling his name, trying to talk him out of doing it. He called his current girlfriend on the phone and was like telling her what he's doing as he's doing it. And I'm just trying to tell her, how much he hurt me as he's hurting her by doing this and telling her what he's doing. And I'm like begging him to stop causing pain to himself and others. And he's just like, give up on me because I've given up on myself. And as I went to the store today, I was just thinking about how relevant that is to sometimes the punishment is just who they are as people. These people hurt other people because they're hurting, and rather than alchemizing that pain, they want others to feel that pain too. Love feels dangerous, it feels scary. They would rather live in these old patterns that are comfortable to them, even if it's detrimental to them and their relationships, rather than grow as people. They're just really limited ultimately. We each have good and bad within us, but those that tend to operate out of the shadow entirely, even when it's inappropriate to act out of the shadow, the darkness does have a place. Our shadow is also there to protect us. But when the shadow becomes like predatory and intentional and really causes a lot of damage, it comes from this very limited state of consciousness, this very limited state of self-awareness. And it's just really sad. They're suffering and they don't even realize that they're suffering, which is why they're pushing all of that pain onto others. And the funny thing is, all of this pain that these people have tried to cause me, like the one that tried to start the smear campaign against me on Facebook, all it's done is make me want to live more. It's just made me want to be even truer to myself, because I don't want to be like them. I want to be light. I want to be joyful. I want to have fun. There is a time and a place for me to sit with darkness, but I don't want to hold on to it forever, because I don't want that to weigh me down and to negatively impact my life the way that I have allowed it to over the last couple of years with my mom's grief. But I mean, really over the last year and a half since I learned about the trust fund betrayal and all of that. It is what it is. And it's not going to stop me. It's not going to hold me back anymore. I needed this period to really process and to learn. Anger, resentment, it's part of the grieving process. You got to learn how to release it at some point. And it's totally normal to go through it. But I don't want to give up on myself just because other people have given up on me. And I don't want to stop believing in myself just because other people don't believe in me. There are always going to be people that don't want to see you happy, that don't want to see you win, that want to see you give up, and you should not give them that satisfaction. Yesterday, my grandmother died, and I was crying, my last grandparent. I was crying most of the morning, but then I had to take my dog to the vet. On the way to the vet, I got stuck behind this car that had something written on the back window in Spanish. I don't speak Spanish, so I didn't know what it was immediately. I just knew that the first word said accelerate. And I went into the vet's office. I told them about my financial struggles, and the tech left the room and she's like, let me see what I can do. And she came back and she actually gave me free samples so I wouldn't have to pay for heartworm medication for my dog. And she had returned to the room at exactly 2:22. And I felt extremely grateful that this good thing happened to me, especially on this hard day. And I left the vet's office. I got stuck behind that exact same car. Like, this was like an hour, maybe more later, and I got behind this exact same car with the slogan in Spanish written on it. So I was like, okay, this is a message that is meant for me. I looked it up, and it quite literally translated to accelerate and don't give up. I'm done letting all of this pain that other people have tried to force onto me hold me back and slow me down. The pain should be the fuel for us to keep moving forward. Kind of like that song, Believer by Imagine Dragons. Pain, you made me a believer. All my light, my love, my drive, it came from pain. And it's so true. And then I got home from the vet's office and I noticed that the invoice quite literally said 2222 on it. I love that. It's just confirmation that the universe is always listening and supporting us. Good things happen to us when we put good energy out into the world. I know it sucks when difficult things happen to us, but as long as you remain true to yourself and maintain your faith, the universe is going to provide. I have all kinds of magical experiences happen to me, and it's because of the person that I am. And I have worked hard to become this beautiful person, and I'm not going to let anybody change me. Yeah. Well, I hope this helps someone. Thank you for listening to me if you've made it this far. And if it resonates, please like, comment, share, subscribe. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful rest of your day, night, week, month, year, and life. Remember to accelerate and don't give up. May your wildest dreams come true, and stay curious.